Here we are.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you to our third Google Hangout to discuss chapters 5 and 6 of your first year network marketing. I took a lot of notes in these two chapters. This was some really good information, and I'm really excited to share this with all of you. So hello to all of you joining us today. And I know some of you need to watch the recording of this because we had to reschedule this. I thank you for working with us. Sometimes things are out of our control, and we had some technical issues on Thursday. So again, thank you for your patience. So last week we discussed dodging the depression torpedo and talked about writing out your goals and your affirmations. And so I posted one of my affirmations this week, and I hope you guys all saw it, and I hope you guys posted yours. And then blocking the false expectation tank, being upfront and honest with people. This is a business. It's not a winning lottery ticket. You can be very successful. You can make a lot of money in network marketing, but you have to work it. You have to open your store. You cannot build a storefront and have the door locked 24/7 and have the lights off and expect to make money. So you have to be honest with people about that. So going into chapter 5, attacking the warm list warhead. And your warm list is basically people that you know instead of strangers. That's your cold list. And your warm list is what sets you apart from everyone else. The larger your warm list, the better your chances for success. So in this book, Mark recommends making a list of 2,000 people. And I'm sure some of you, your eyes popped out of your head when you saw that, and you thought, I don't even know 2,000 people. And I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of felt a little bit the same way when I saw that, but we can do it. So in 2 to 3 days, you're going to want to get off to a good start, but by the end of the month, you should be well on your way. Now, he gave us a wonderful list to help jog our memories of people that you do know. And if you do not have this book and you want a copy of that list, let Marianne or I know, and we will be happy to get that list to you. But after you are going through that, or as you are writing out your list, you're going to be removing people that join your business. But at the same time, you should constantly be adding people that you meet, so your list is never going to run out. You should be adding people as quickly as you're removing people. You want to select your top 25 people from your list to begin with. Out of all these people, who are the top 25 people that you would love to work with? Network marketing is for life. It's not a 5-year plan. It's not a 10-year plan. These are people that you're going to work with for a very, very, very long time. So who are the people that you enjoy working with? You want to talk to these people before someone else does. So there are 6 warheads that can strike with your warm market list. The first one is lack of conviction. And with that, I say never prejudge. Who are we to decide if this business is for someone else? I would have been very upset if someone had decided for me that this business wasn't for me and decided not to offer me this opportunity because they felt it wasn't for me. Let them decide. I decided for myself. You decided for yourself. So let these people decide for themselves. Be confident when talking to people. People can read confidence and hesitance in your voice and body language. If your belief level is not 1,000%, there's a script that you can use until it is. Now, I want to say this script is a backup. This script is for you to use if you're brand new into this business, if you still have a little bit of hesitation. But the quicker that you believe in this business, the more successful you'll be. So I'm going to read this to you real quickly out of this book. This, again, though, is your backup. It says, I've just gotten involved in a business that has me so intrigued. I just had to tell you. There are people making more money in a month than most make in a year, but what got my attention was the lifestyle. They are all working out of their homes and at their own pace and creating an ongoing residual income that is staggering to me. I don't know if this is for real, but I can't stop thinking about it. When I saw the caliber of people coming into it, I thought of you and your wife. I can't think of two people I'd rather be in business with. Besides, you two know everyone in this community and they all respect you so much. I really think I'm onto something, but I'd like you both to look at it and tell me if I'm crazy. A few close friends are coming over Wednesday night, and I would love to have you both join me so I can show you exactly how this works. Or would Thursday during the day be better for you? I really value your opinion. So again, that is a backup script to be used temporarily. You want to find words that are comfortable for you, but you need to call these people. You need to pick up the 1,000-weight phone and call people. And I promise you, every time you make a phone call, that phone's going to get lighter and lighter and lighter. If you are not willing to call your warm market, you will never make it in the cold market, because it's a lot easier to call someone you know than it is to call a stranger. And I guarantee you from many years in this industry that that is the honest truth. If you let your doubts stand in your way, you are guaranteed to fail. With success comes conviction. Number 2 is lack of self-esteem. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in yourself and in your business? You could answer a 5, you could answer a 7, you could answer a 2, but here's the deal. We are all 10s in potential. We all have the exact same potential to buckle down and do this. No one has it better than the other person. Different people might have different tools, but we are all on the same ball field. Your fear of losing credibility. Oftentimes in corporate America, people have the fears of losing credibility amongst their peers, so they play the I'm supporting my spouse game. And regardless of your profession, he who knows the prospect should make the call. Those people have a relationship with you, not your spouse. And a lot of times this is lawyers, doctors, people that are very high up. But, you know, not a lot of lawyers' wives know the lawyers that their husbands are friends with. And the same thing for doctors and stuff like that. So, you know, if you're a doctor and you are saying, oh, I'm just supporting my wife, and you've got her calling these other doctors are thinking, well, if he doesn't believe in it, why should I believe in it? You know, you have to lead by example. You have to say to them, I'm committed to this. I'm all in. I see the potential here. Let's do this. Along with this, it does talk about balanced risk taking, because there are people other than your boss that they need to know you're a believer. Obviously, you know, if you're working for a corporate company and, you know, you're facing layoffs, and this is one of the reasons why you're looking into getting into network marketing, is because you know that you're going to get laid off. You probably don't want to go sit in your boss's office and talk to him about network marketing, or you're probably going to be one of the people laid off. So we understand that there's balance and that there's a fine line, but just because you don't talk to your boss doesn't mean you can't talk to your other coworkers as well. You have to just balance that out. So the fourth one is embarrassment from prior failure. And this hit home for me. This is not my first network marketing ride. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I am going to share a little bit of my story with you. Just last year, I was actually involved with 3 companies. I made some bad choices, and I was really worried about my integrity. I was like, okay, people just see me bouncing from house to house to house. What is she doing now? And so that was one of my concerns. I have no regrets because you live and you learn, and I am where I am today because of some of the mistakes that I made, but I'm glad I'm not going to make them ever again. So, but with that, he gave an example of something that you can share with people, because I know that there are other people that have been in the same shoes that you've kind of jumped around a little bit trying to find your home. And so what he basically said is, this doesn't have to be a liability. We do not have to look at this in a negative way. We can look at this in a very positive way. And that is that you're using your experience and your research, that you've spent time and money learning the ins and outs, and your analysis has finally paid off. You have finally found your home. And I can definitely say, I have finally found my home. I believe in the company I am 100%. I believe in our products 100%. I believe in our compensation plan 100%. I believe in our leadership 100%. And my feet are planted on the ground. And so if you've experienced that same thing, just know that there's a way to make a positive out of this instead of a negative. The fifth warhead is qualifying the leads. Do not assume in advance who will qualify, who will not qualify. This person's interested, they're not interested. This person's approachable, they're not approachable. Simply put, do not play God. When the timing is right in someone's life, it is right. And no matter how wrong everything else seems, if the timing is right, this person is going to join this business. Number 6 is the conflict of interest. And again, we did talk about that a little bit just now when we were talking about, like, you really can't approach some of your coworkers sometimes, or your boss. There are ways to do that. And you can continue building personal relationships with these people, but let them see what you're doing through lifestyle. And I'll give you an example of me. When I was in a previous network marketing company and I decided to leave corporate America, the first thing I did was cut back my hours. I asked them if I could go part-time, and they let me go part-time. They knew, and the owner of the company was actually concerned about me. And he went to my boss in the accounting department and he said, I'm really concerned about her leaving. And she said, don't be, she's making more money than we are. So, I went part-time. Then when I was working there, I started putting all of my paychecks from that company working part-time into taxes. I took not a dime home. I said, put it into taxes, put it into taxes. I'm going to be paying taxes at the end of the year. So it was just that lifestyle, and them seeing me go on vacations, them seeing me giving back to the community, doing charity work. It was that right there that showed them my success in the industry. I didn't have to say anything to them. It was just all there. So that is a way that you can share your opportunity with people when there is a conflict of interest. So target marketing, basically what that talks about is, what is your product target? Are you in health and beauty? Are you in food? Are you in household furnishings? For me, I'm in health and beauty. So I can target salons. I can target estheticians. I can target people in the medical field. I'm not, whereas, if you're in the food industry, you can go target chefs and you can go target people in the restaurant industry. So just think about who your target is with your products. 3-way calls. This is another big one because everybody has a different opinion on this, and you hear different things depending on what companies you're in, but it's knowing when and when not to make these 3-way calls that is key. You should always do a 3-way call after you've done a personal presentation with someone. You do not want to start out doing a 3-way call with somebody and your leader whom they do not know, when they don't know one little tidbit about the products, your company, or anything. You need to do a personal presentation first. 3-way calls are basically if the person has seen the presentation and they have interest and curiosity, but they still have reservations. So they're not saying, no, this isn't for me right now. They're asking you legitimate questions. They're showing this peak of interest. Now is the time to do a three-way call with your leader and let your leader teach you how to seal the deal with this person, how to overcome their objections. And at the same time, your leader's going to show you how to sort out the serious people from the lukewarm people, depending on, how the questions they ask, how she answers them. She's going to be able to figure that out for you. So always have a follow-up system. This book recommended doing a card file, but this book was written several years ago, and I probably think an Excel spreadsheet's a little bit easier nowadays than getting the recipe card file book, but you can do it however you want to. The reason why they recommend this is because you're going to follow up with people every 6 months. If they say, no, this is just not for me, just say, fine, can I follow up with you in 6 months? Because the average person changes their jobs every 3.7 years. So just because now is not a good time doesn't mean 6 months from now, a year from now, a year and a half from now, it's not a good time. So don't ever give up on those people. I'm glad someone never gave up on me. I didn't say yes the first time I was approached. So, think about your situation. The reason why we're discussing this warm market thing to begin with is because it's much easier to build with the warm market. If you're using your cold market strictly to build, then it's going to take many more conversations and you're going to talk to a lot more people to generate the same response. Your success results more from your attitude than your ability. Network marketing is basically 90% attitude and 10% skill. And when I started network marketing, I actually started years ago in a candle company. And I was invited to a party and I thought we were going to make candles. And I got blown away from what I learned. My very first party that I did, I just was doing it. I had very little knowledge because, I went to a candle party and went to a few more and then started selling it. All of my guests were completely intoxicated. And so that was a huge learning curve for me, but I made it through it. And I just kept a positive attitude. I was winging it 90% of the time that night. And I was actually having to write out people's orders because they were too drunk to write out their own orders. So if you have a good attitude, you can do this. You are an educator. You're not a salesperson. You're not a recruiter. You are simply teaching people that there is a better way to life and there's a better way to earn money. And if they're interested, you'll show them how to do it. So you're not here to to pitch a sales thing to someone or to recruit someone. I'm going through my notes here, so sorry. Okay, you are so in person is always better. You want to talk to people in person. And I understand that, as you're building your organization, you can't always drive to someone's house if you live in Missouri and they live in Australia. But there are ways to do things like we're doing right now on Google Hangout or Skype. I can still see you face to face. I can read your body language. You can read my body language. You can see my confidence. I can see your confidence. So, this is a great way to do the one-on-ones with people. If they don't have Skype, sometimes out in the world, people don't have available to them what we have available to us in America. So sometimes, the internet isn't the same. If you have to do phone calls or texts or whatever, by all means, or emails even, if you have to do that, do that. But if you can actually see the person face to face, that is better. You need to remember that this is a business of timing and finding people who are ready for change. You want to sift for interest and then show facts. You want to plant seeds in your garden. As you're talking to people, you're planting little seeds, watering those seeds. But after, people might not respond, but after a while, they're going to start asking you questions. And once they start asking you questions after you've piqued their interest, then that's when you're going to want to start showing your facts. And then the last thing I have for this is the SW rule. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Next, do not take it personal. It's not about you. It's just not good timing for them. Moving on to the scatter bomb. This is also really good information. This is chapter 6. This talks about basically when someone starts the business, they tend to get bombarded by people. So what my notes for the scatter bomb are it's our system, regardless of what company you're in, is a system of duplication. Use the systems that your company has in place. Don't start creating your own, because you're going to confuse your downline when you do that. And if you create your own, you're telling your downline that what the company is offering us is not good, mine's better. And then you go and create something else. This is better than what I created before. It just creates a whole bunch of confusion. I have found over the years, simple is best. People like simplicity. They like to learn a system and they like to keep using it. If the wheel's not broken, don't fix it. Put your blinders on your first year. The longer you stay and continue talking to people, the closer you will get to your goal. You're gonna have people, if someone sees you starting a network marketing business, especially if this is your first one and you've never done it before, holy camoly, you're gonna have people coming out of the woodwork left and right. Oh, Sally, I see you're doing network marketing. I gotta tell you about my company. There's a reason why you chose the company you're with. Whether, you love the products, you love the compensation plan, you love the person that you decided to do this business with, you have that relationship with them. There's a reason why you are where you are. So just inform people when they are starting out in this business that they are going to have people that are going to try to distract them, or things that are going to try to distract them, and they really just need to stick with the system. There's a reason why your company has the system it has. So you do not want to play to lose. You want to play to win. And the best way to win is to persevere. Stick it out in the highs and the lows. And I guarantee you, every single person on this planet, I don't care who you are, has their high days, and every single person has their low days. And every single company has their high days, and every single company has their low days. You have to ride the storm. This is a marriage. And you don't have a perfect, if you're married, and especially if you've been married for a long time, we know you have storms. You have to ride out the storm. Every company has them. So if you experience a storm in your company, you're like, oh, I'm just going to jump over to this company. Well, guess what? You're going to soon find out that that company has a storm as well. Trust me, been there, done that. So the thing is that you just have to persevere. The other thing is stick with one company. If you're the type of person that you are getting into network marketing just to get your products at a discount, basically you're just a wholesale customer, that's one thing. But if you are in this business because you have a vision, you have dreams, and you want more for your family, you want to make a lucrative income, I am telling you right now, honestly, you cannot ride two horses or three or four. You need to stick with one company, and you need to promote that company. If you're promoting two companies, you're confusing people. And if you're promoting company A, and then all of a sudden somebody sees you promoting company B an hour later on your Facebook page, obviously company A doesn't have a very good compensation plan, or you wouldn't be doing company B. or there's something about company A that you had to go to company B. So think about that. You know, you don't have somebody that is a CEO for Nordstrom's that's also the CEO at Macy's. They're only the CEO of Nordstrom's. If your downline decides to do multiple companies, you know, you can't. You have to refer back to the SW rule. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. They are their own boss. We get into this business to set our own hours, to write our own paycheck, to be our own boss. So you have to let those people make that decision themselves. At the same time, don't let these people drain you. Don't let these people take up a bunch of your time. Don't chase them, you know, meet them where they meet you. You have to remember that in this business, here's the bottom line. 10 years in your company, if you stay with your network marketing company for 10 years, 95% of the people will reach the top pay level. My husband, I'll give you an example. My husband's been a garbage truck driver for 12 years. He's still a garbage truck driver. He's not even close to the top pay scale. So I don't know very many people at all in corporate America that start out and 10 years later, they're making the top pay scale. They are working 30 to 40 years to achieve what we're going to achieve in 5 to 10 years. So stick with the company that you are with. Put your blinders on. If you need help with organizational skills, get you know, a binder. If you need help with personal development, that's why we're doing this. You know, keep doing these Google Hangouts, keep reading. Ask your upline serious questions if you need help with anything, you know. But just remember that we're here to educate people, teach people. We're not here to do this business for them. Your prospects are your appointments and they are your presentations. So you want to teach your new people how to order products, set goals, write their warm list. And last but not least, over these 2 chapters, I want you to remember, if you let your doubts stand in the way of launching your business, you will fail, guaranteed. If you're going to let your doubts stand in your way, you should not even start network marketing. I'm just going to say that as your friend. But if you go forward and you persevere, you put your blinders on, you go full speed ahead, you're going to succeed in this business. I promise you that. So I am going to turn it over to Marianne to share a few of her notes with you. And so take it away, Marianne.
Thank you, Rebecca. You did such an amazing job going over those chapters.
Thank you.
This book isn't this awesome? I mean, you know, every chapter leaves me with, you know, newer thoughts, newer ideas, newer suggestions. I'm going to share a little bit about my week. You know, just a couple of minutes. We actually got some interest in another country with my business, and basically the country was a very poor country. So this week for me, especially when I started reading chapter 5 about the different excuses that we tell ourselves not to either create our list or reach out, make that phone call, talk to people. You know, there's all kinds of different excuses that we tell ourselves. Well, my week this week has basically been dealing with people who are so ready to do everything, all those things. But here's the truth. They don't have internet connection, or it's very, very, very poor. So when I started reading this, I was taking pages of notes. And like I said, you did a great job going over. I don't have to repeat anything here, but that's how the week started. But as we were getting to talk to more people in a different country, I just got hit with, wow, you know, because I have people I haven't talked to. I want to be honest here on this Hangout. I have people on my list that I have not reached out to. And a lot of the reasons in chapter 5, conflict of interest, or position, like I'm this position in my company, but I haven't reached out to people of this position for whatever reasons. I find that they're just excuses now. I've been literally making excuses for not doing it. And these people that I've been chatting with this week, they want it so bad. So it really, really, it's all about how much you want to change your life, how much you want to make it in this industry. Because let me tell you, the making it part in this industry is, you're not only changing your life, but you can literally change generations to come. That's how powerful it is. So it really had me take a step back and think about why I haven't done a lot of the things in that they said to do in the book in chapter 5 regarding warm market. Warm market, as Rebecca put, are people that you know. It's so funny. Every time I do one of these hangouts, my cat walks by. Um, warm market are people that you know. And it is a lot easier to deal in warm market than it is to venture off and deal in cold market. Cold market, especially for a new person, just getting started in the industry, maybe in their first year, cold market is scary, and you probably do. You have to talk to, I don't know, 10 to 100 times more people to get the same response rate as you do in war market. But on chapter 5, I did want to just mention a couple of things that basically hit me. And Rebecca talked about embarrassment from doing other companies, because I had done 2 companies myself. I spent a couple of years in one, and then I spent about a year in another. So when my third company, the home that I'm in right now, came around, my first thought was, how could I do another one? How could I reach out and call my warm market people and say, and there's still to this day some that I haven't. And it's because of these reasons. But now it really gave me a good approach, um, uh, as Rebecca said, on how to talk to these people now. Now I know what to look out for. Now I know the red flags. I've done the homework in these other companies. I know a red flag when I see one. I know what to look out for. So I have wisdom, and wisdom you gain through experience. You can only gain wisdom through experience. So that's my approach going forward now with some of the people that I've been hesitant to reach out to. The other one is conflict of interest. I'm an apartment manager here. I manage this. It's an apartment complex. There's 144 units here in Garden Grove, California, and there's a huge, huge conflict of interest with my job. I mean, my boss flat out told me one day, I don't, you could do whatever you want, but I don't want you talking, or I don't want you approaching the residents and the families that live here. Um, in the back of my mind, I know what I have to offer them, and I know that I can so help them with this opportunity. I know their situations, and I'm very close with them, but it's a huge conflict of interest. So I got some ideas from chapter 5 on how to do that, maybe off time, or they even mentioned having just maybe one person, bringing them on and have them share the opportunity with everybody else here that I do know. So that was another one. The third, hang on a second. It was, oh yeah. Okay, so the chicken list. Okay, chicken list is big. Everybody's got them. We've got names on our list that we're just afraid to reach out to for whatever reason. But I got a really cool idea from chapter 5, and it was saying to them that and having such confidence and enthusiasm when you do talk to them, that you could approach them in the way that this opportunity is so fantastic that I wanted to let you know that if I don't show you this, my fear is that I'm going to run into you one day in a meeting and then regret not ever having said anything to you. So what an opener that was for me. And then of course the person could only say, well, what is it? What is it? Tell me, so that was huge. Great. So the chapter 6 is, as Rebecca said, it's about it's about all the distraction and the noise that's out there. Because once you do join, especially in our world today with social media, with Facebook, with all these other, social media sites, as soon as you join network marketing, I could tell you flat out, you're going to get hit by people trying to recruit you into their company. You are going to get hit with these people that sell these systems of generating leads all over. The more you grow into it, you're going to get constantly bombarded about the surefire way, and it only costs $19.95 a month. Okay, that is so deviating from the system. So Rebecca hit it on the head with stay focused. Try not to get distracted by all the surefire, get rich quick methods that you're going to be hit with, because there's a lot of them out there. So try to stay plugged in to your company, whatever company you're with, system, because systems duplicate. All this other stuff is just going to confuse everybody, especially in your downline. So that chapter was really, really good for that. So really quick, I wanted to say before we close, and I turn it back to Rebecca, I wanted to say I'm enjoying the fact that we can come together on a hangout, because that's basically what this is. It's just a hangout. And it's not a training, it's not a presentation, it's a hangout. So it's very relaxed, and we want to encourage more people to jump in with us, to share their week, because we're doing this once a week, and a lot can happen in a week. Like my week this week was totally different to a lot of my other weeks combined. So it's a way for us to get together, talk about our weeks, how it relates to the chapter that we're reading in the book. And we could come up with some great ideas to help move your businesses forward, maybe help you get past an obstacle or a wall that you've hit. So I encourage more people to jump in with us. Message us on Facebook, say, hey, look, you know what? I've been following you guys. I've been reading the book. I'd love to jump in. It also helps with the fear of getting in front of a camera, because the more that you do this, the easier it's going to get. Trust me. And nowadays, a lot of people out there, they're doing videos, they're getting themselves out there, they're branding themselves. This could be a great way to help you guys overcome a fear you might have of a camera, or even speaking. Public speaking is the #1 fear most people have. So the more you do this, the more you're going to overcome fear. And fear is just, fear's a liar. But this is practice. So I want to encourage you guys to jump in with us, message, say, look, you know what? I've been following you. I want to do this. I want to jump in and speak and share, even if it's just for 2 minutes. Okay? Let me or Rebecca know. So Rebecca, I'm going to give it back to you. Thanks again, guys, for watching, following along. And we totally, Rebecca and our goal for doing this is basically to help you guys. That's it. So I hope you're getting something out of reading, personal development in your life, and following along on these hangouts. So Rebecca, close it out for us, girl.
Thank you. That was wonderful, Marianne. And I just want to say, going on a little bit about what you've been going through this week, and knowing, the situation a little bit, that right there is proof of when there is a will, there is a way. You know, you've got people that have internet problems. Some of them don't even have vehicles. Some of them are traveling 9 hours one way to become a part of this company because they see the vision and they see the potential. And, you know, a lot of times you look at people that are in desperate situations, and those are sometimes the first people that you basically judge and like, oh, that person could never do this, or, you know, this. Those are the people that are going to work this business the hardest because they're in the most dire need to make this business a success and to make it work for them and their families. So, you know, I was really touched by, you know, what you shared with me, Marianne, because that's all over the world. Every country has people in those situations, you know, some countries more than others, but network marketing is the future. You know, that's the way that we're going. You look in the malls and they're empty, and there's more and more and more stores closing because more and more people are doing everything online. And so this is our future. And right now, you know, 1 in 6 homes in America has someone in network marketing, but that's just going to increase more and more and more. And more and more and more people are becoming open to it. So, you know, just keep that in mind. And again, like Marianne said, we'd love to have you join us. You know, we are here to share with you guys and to help teach you, but at the same time, we learn from what you guys share with us. And so, you know, we're all in this together. It doesn't matter what company you're with. We're all network marketers, and we're all here to support and cheer each other on and do what we can to help each other, you know, become a better person and a better network marketer. And so the last thing I want to close with is last week, I challenged you to write down your affirmations and post them. This week, I'm going to challenge you to start your 2,000 person list. If you've already got one started, I'm challenging you to add some more names to that, and to start contacting your top 25 people that you want to work with, because it's true what Marianne says. You know, you will find these people at a meeting, or, you know, see online that they've signed up for your company with someone else. And that just happened. A gal that's on our team just posted on our team page this week about a family in Panama that she had done mission work with. And she planned to approach them when she went there in March, but she didn't. And all of a sudden she found out these people that she's very close to, that has a great relationship with, 2 of them have joined our company through someone else. And she's like, you know, this is the perfect example of never prejudging. So I challenge you to start your list, and I challenge you to start making phone calls and to have one-on-one contact with these people. We will meet again this coming up Thursday night at our regular time at 6:30 p.m. to go over chapters 7 and 8. We're getting towards the end of the book, which is kind of a happy sad, because I love this book so much and I'm learning so much and I don't ever want it to end. So, but we will start a new one. So chapter 7 is eluding the meeting minds, and number 8 is unloading the plug-in pistol. So everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend and your week. I look forward to seeing you again Thursday night and hearing all your stories about making your list and talking to people. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed.
Have a great week, guys. Take care. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.